guys, Burning Heavy here, and this is a basic review of Bioshock. I'm not going to go into all the nitty-gritty details, with the hacking minigame and, everything, but this is going to be a general overview of Bioshock, a game I've found to have aged very, very well. The first thing I'm going to look at is this is a PC port, is the option menu, and as you can see here, there's numerous video options. Customizable, but I wish there was a little bit more, but it's more than enough. It definitely does the job. Next is fully rebindable keys, which is always nice. For some reason, I wish this was in console games, but not to be. And there are, of course, 3 sound sliders and a few other sound options, which is always nice. And I'm not completely sure what this last thing is, but that's game options. Here we are with some gameplay. You'll notice that there is a wrench, which is just like its spiritual predecessor, System Shock 2, which is completely different. So, I don't know how those two games are related. And you get a wide arsenal, and that is the one nice thing, is you get to carry a lot of weapons, but most of them are boring. A few of them are unique in that, they're chemical thrower or rocket launcher, but they don't really fire well. The map is kind of bad, as I still get confused, I still get turned around. Luckily there's a little arrow, but it does kind of kill the immersion a lot of the times. And a lot of times when it's like this, I get lost. The atmosphere is very good, a bit creepy at times, which is the way it should be. Now the backstory is told very uniquely in audio logs. These audio logs are going to tell you the story, but you can choose to not even listen to them if you don't want to. Or you can choose to play while you're listening to them, which I do here. I take this guy out while the audio log is still playing. Or you can just stand there and listen. It doesn't force you to stand there and listen, though, which is really, really nice. And one thing I wish more games would do. Another thing I find very important is the water quality. You would think a game this old wouldn't have this gorgeous of water, but truly the water is good. The reflections are excellent. The game does take place underwater, so it is to be expected. There is a lot of water. Now, as this is a PC port, I didn't really know what is good on PC. I found a lot of times I was trying to zoom in my weapon and I'd switch to my plasmids, and switching between plasmids is kind of awkward, and I wish it was a bit more concise. But it gets the job done. And you do have a lot of different options when it comes to taking out the enemies. I could shock them with the water that they're standing in, or I could just shoot them, but the gunplay is stale. This camera that I have to take out is the closest thing to a stealth element that there is, but they're very easily avoidable, and they're not as tense as the cameras in System Shock, mostly because ammo is much more prevalent. It's still a bit tight, but it is mostly everywhere. And the enemies, there's really 4 enemies. There's spider slicers, which climb around. There's regular splicers, which will either hit you or shoot at you. There's big daddies, and then there's the ones that'll teleport. Some will throw grenades at you, but they're all basically the same. They look the same, they act the same, they're a bit predictable, and it's kind of boring. Even 4 or 5 different kinds of enemies isn't all that fun. The guns, you don't really feel like you're shooting a gun, you feel like you're going pee 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 pee. I feel like I'm shooting a BB gun. And the sound is kind of meh. So overall the gameplay isn't that great, but the story is amazing, it is engrossing. You will find yourself, obsessed with Rapture. And no spoilers, but at the end there is a twist that is out of this world that will just it left my mouth open, and I haven't been shocked by a twist in years. I honestly, closest thing I can think of is Inception, and even that's not really a twist. But if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, leave a favorite, and leave a suggestion of the next game I should review. This has been Burning Heavy, and as always, would you kindly have a nice day.
There is a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun, and it's been the ruin for many, many a poor boy and God, I know